Greetings, I'm Stachelin, and welcome to this episode of Starters with Stachelin. In this episode here, we have the classic, the humble wooden cabin. Let's get into it. As you can see before me, it is characterized typically by only being made of one wood type, and it's pretty simple. You've got a simple, nice frame, you got a couple of windows in there, and the amenities. The nice thing about this, you can scale this up to whatever size you want it to be, frankly. You can have it be very small. You can have it be quite large, quite spacious. There's a lot that you can do with this design, and it's quite very good for that. You can do all kinds of things with this, right? But you can also strip down to just the basics. Just a couple chests, a furnace and a crafting table, and a bed. You can put even less chests if you want to. You could have just that if you wanted. There's all kinds of ways that you can style this house. So let's get into it. Let's look at a few different versions. Now this design here has just a couple of small changes and a little bit of interior work done. Let's take a look at it. As you can see, I haven't done anything with the exterior here. Pretty much nothing has changed. Aside from we got a nice bit of interior here, a little bit of more storage, got a nice window you can look out. Of course, I added torches, and you can put a bed right up here in this little loft area that we've got going on. This adds in a lot of functionality. What you could also do is just outright make this a second floor, right? And then leave yourself even more space up here. Of course, throw in a torch so nothing spawns. Would be very bad if something were to spawn in your home and kill you, because then you're dead. Of course, this interior is pretty simple. Some bookshelves, an anvil, got a nice potted plant here in your armor. What else do you really need in a house anyway, aside from that? Anyhow, that is just one of the designs you can come up with. Let's look at some other stuff you can do. All right, now with this next design, I did push some limits a little far. This is going to be a bit difficult to get done in your first couple of days, just due to some resources you might need. Of course, I threw diamond armor in there, but I figure, getting diamond armor isn't that difficult, and you could always put that in later, right? The interior is just kind of a suggestion. But I added a little bit of detail, right? Got some different wood types here, mixing in some spruce, some strip spruce logs, changing out the bottom a little bit, adding in some texture variation. The hanging signs are kind of where this starts to get a little expensive, just because you got to get, a bunch of chains and logs, and that's iron, and got to chop down more trees. So we're starting to get a little expensive here, but I'd say it's still pretty doable. Also, the rotten flesh does not come with the house. That's not for sale, okay? Now, there is one final version I have to show you guys. All right, and I hope you're excited. And here we have our final and extra fancified version to show you today. And of course, remember with this, like all designs here, they're very versatile. Do what you want to do. Mess around, have fun, try things out, right? In the house behind me, right over there, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can change up the logs you use. You can change up the wood. You can mix and match. You can add in cobblestone, deep slate. Whatever you want to add in there, you can, right? And you don't got to do the interiors the same way I do either, okay? Now, let's get into this right here. Now, this is, of course, a lot more complex than the others. Heck, we even got obsidian here on the floors, right? This is a bit more than the last one, okay? So let's break it down a little bit. This is a two-step foundation. You've got this here, and also you got the brick here with a nice winding staircase coming up. You got some beacons. You don't need to put those in. Not a necessity. Just saying, they're there if you want to put them in a nice red, white, and blue, because raw America. Anyhow, here we have a very simple three-tone house. It's dark oak, it's spruce, and it's birch / sandstone, which, birch and sandstone are almost the same block, frankly. And then you got some details with warped and a couple other blocks here, like your blackstone and your nether brick. All right, now if you come in here, you got these nice little... You got a lot of different various kinds of arches here to add in depth and a little bit of shaping change. And if you come up here, you just got... It's mostly bedrooms, which, it's kind of what a house is for, right? Is bedrooms and such. And it's really all you need in Minecraft, It's really all you need here. You can, of course, change this out. Again, you don't need to do interiors the way I do them. This is just how I do it. Right? This is just some suggestions. You got, like, hidden lights back here. That's pretty cool. Got some nice plants. You know? You know, if you want to go, like, right here, you can just tear this out and make this a kitchen, right? Just, you know, break this down. Tear these out. Get rid of that. And grab a furnace. Smoker. Crafting table. Right? Get a little bit of a kitchen going. Grab some chains here, quick. Some trapdoors. Can I, please? Why does that keep doing that? Sometimes mods just like to, like, steal keybinds. I don't know. It's weird. Anyhow. Throw some chains in here. Throw some barrels up there on a shelf, right? Like, you can do something here with this. This is absolutely not a, you know, one-size-fits-all solution. You can change this. You can shape and change however you want to do it. This is just some ideas, you know? This isn't an exact tutorial. And of course, you also got a little area up here, which you can use to however you want to use it. Not really anything to see there, though. But here you are. A little couple of designs and a meme design here, you know, of cabins, you know, your classic wooden hut. That's all we really got here. The humble wooden home. As Luke the Notable says, if it's got a door, it's home, you know? Not quite Dirt Windows level of poor here, but definitely not, you know, definitely not wallowing in wealth like you might be if you live in that. Anyhow, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. What other kinds of houses should I do? Let me know. I need more series ideas. I'm running out, frankly. I've got like 2 more after this, okay? So, give me some ideas so I can seal them and make videos, okay? And I'll probably credit you in the video if you give me a good idea. Anyhow, I gotta head out. So, bye now. Subscribe.